In 1984, a shadow fell over the city of Baltimore. A horrific crime against a young girl left the community paralyzed with fear and anger. The headlines were brutal. Every newspaper in the city demanded a swift arrest as the pressure on local authorities reached a breaking point. Kirk Bloodsworth, a 22-year-old former Marine, was about to have his life changed forever by a case of mistaken identity. The police moved in quickly. Based on a composite sketch and then evidence, they identified Bloodsworth as their primary suspect in the murder. Kirk maintained his innocence from the moment they took him in. He had no criminal record, yet he was suddenly a monster in the public eye. 5 witnesses stood in the darkness, pointing their fingers toward him. Despite the lack of physical evidence, the testimony was enough to seal his fate. The trial was a whirlwind of emotion. The prosecution painted a picture of a killer that didn't match the man standing before the court. The verdict was delivered with a finality that felt like a death knell. Kirk Bloodsworth was sentenced to die for a crime he did not commit. He was sent to the Maryland Penitentiary, a place of cold stone and iron bars. He was now an inmate on death row. In the solitude of his cell, Kirk refused to give up. He spent his days reading and searching for any way to prove his innocence. Years passed in the gloom of the prison. Kirk eventually read about a new, emerging technology that could change everything: DNA fingerprinting. He fought for years to have the evidence from his case tested. He knew that the truth was hidden within the biological samples collected long ago. The legal battle was nearly as exhausting as the imprisonment itself, but Kirk's determination never wavered. He insisted on the truth. Finally, in the early 1990s, the request for DNA testing was granted. The evidence was sent to a laboratory for analysis. A scientist began the meticulous process of extracting genetic material from the decades-old evidence. This was the moment of truth. Every drop of liquid and every second of processing held Kirk's entire future. If this failed, there would be no more appeals. The science was undeniable. As the results appeared, it became clear that the DNA on the evidence did not belong to Kirk Bloodsworth. The match was 0%. Kirk was not the killer. The technology had done what witnesses and lawyers could not. It told the truth. But the DNA didn't just clear Kirk, it pointed to the real perpetrator, a man already in the system for other violent crimes. In 1993, after 9 years in prison, Kirk Bloodsworth was finally exonerated. He was the first person in U.S. history to be freed from death row by DNA. He stepped out into the fresh air as a free man. His journey sparked a revolution in the justice system, saving countless others from a similar fate. The fight for justice continues every day. If you believe in the power of truth and reform, like this video and subscribe for more true stories. Kirk Bloodsworth's legacy is a reminder that while the system can fail, the truth will eventually find its way to the light.